In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys a simple pattern effect. So hi guys and welcome back to a new Photoshop tutorial. My name is Manny and you can find me on our Facebook page at Retutpro. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys a very simple pattern effect. Now if you're an advanced Photoshopper, you might know already about this, but if you're a newbie, this is a good tutorial for you. Let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm already in Photoshop again, imported my first layer here and just renamed that to start. So first of all, before we start working with patterns, I just want to say that this pattern looks really great on 50% gray backgrounds or on gray backgrounds overall. Alright, so let's get started right away. First of all, I'm going to create a new layer down here and we're just going to rename that to color. And let's select also the marking tool. I'm going to select my complete canvas with the selection. Hit right click and fill this up again with a color. So again, under contents here, select color. And already I've got a turquoise color here. I've basically selected that already earlier from my swatches here. So you guys can also get the value down here. Also, this is just my approach. So you guys can also use different colors to get different effects. I'm going to hit OK over here and OK. And directly we get a complete new filled layer here. Again, I'm going to press Command D, get out of the selection. As well, I'm working with a Mac. If you work with Windows, please use Control when I say Command. Alright, so first of all, this is just our color background. Again, a new layer down here, and we're going to call this stripe. So we're going to start out now with patterns, just by again creating a few selections here, and like this, creating a stripe actually. So I'm going to make my first selection over here, and this is going to be my first stripe actually. I'm going to right click and fill this again also with a new color here from the contents area, again color, and this time again from my swatches here, just like a white or off yellow actually. Okay and okay. Command D, get out of the selection, and that's going to be my first stripe. So now first of all, you can also create patterns like this where you have stripes going vertical and horizontally, or like me today, turning and rotating them and having them skew actually. So again, I'm going to press Command T over here. First of all, transform that a little bit, move it out a little bit so it's a little bit longer. Accept that. Okay, let's also zoom out a little bit, and I'm going to press Command T to rotate this now. So again, just going to rotate this, going to take the center here and move that a little bit over, like so. A little bit back actually, and that's alright. I'm going to accept it from the top. Great. Now as well, what I'm going to do is just duplicate this layer via Command J, and first of all move this out a little bit. Now as well, I'm lazy and just moving it out myself. You guys are welcome to use also the guidelines here from the top and calculate the distance properly. Okay, I'm going to press Command J, actually not a third time. I'm going to first of all select stripe 2 over here as well with the layer. So just holding Shift, now with both layers press Command J and duplicate all of those. It's going to move that out a little bit, and again do the same process, Command J, and move that all the way up to the top. Great, now let's just do it for the bottom half. Command J again, all the way down, and like so. And once more, Command J, and place them somewhere down here. Okay, and maybe the last echo down here, again Command J, and just this little area. Okay, great. So now we've got a few, actually a ton of layers. So let's just make a little bit of space here. We're going to go all the way down and select the first stripe layer. Hold Shift, go all the way up to the top and select the last layer again. Hold Shift here, and we've now selected all layers. Now again, press Command G, put it all together in one group. Just going to rename that here to maybe pattern, because that is now my first pattern. So pattern number 1. And now obviously, again, Command J, duplicate that whole group. I'm just going to rename that again to pattern 2. And this you can basically now transform, flip horizontally, vertical, whatever you want to do with it. I'm just going to press Command T and rotate this. And first of all, create a really cool pattern with this. So if you really like this pattern, you can ready stop there and take this. If you like, for instance, like me now, want to have a bit of a unique pattern, like something like this maybe, then you can stop somewhere over here. Maybe I'm going to rotate that a little bit more. Okay, then I'm going to accept this, and this is going to be my pattern. Great. Okay, so last step again, Command Alt Shift E, master shortcut for merging all the layers together. We have our final pattern over here. pattern, there we go, and I'm just going to hold shift now, select color down here, and again command G, and again once more I'm just going to write here pattern. So that's basically my last pattern group. Okay, so let's go to edit now, and first of all we're going to say now define pattern down here. Ta-da, and the stamp comes up, and we can now easily rename this pattern to a new name. So I'm going to write here maybe funky 10 or something. Okay, and that's going to be my pattern. I'm going to hit OK, and directly Photoshop has saved this as a pattern. Now as well, I'm going to go down here to the adjustment layers and just select the pattern, call this basically up again. So under the adjustment layer, you guys can already see we have this pattern. So Photoshop saved this stamp directly in my pattern library here. So as you guys can see, I've created already a few of those, and as well a few different ones, also with different color, different backgrounds, lighter, bigger ones, smaller ones, really crazy ones actually. So I'm going to select again the last one that we've just created, and I'm going to hit OK over here, and basically just going to change the blending options now. So let's go all the way to blending options and change this to multiply. And multiply looks good, but something is wrong. That's because our whole pattern group here is still switched on, so just turn that off, and you guys can see that's been affected onto our image really nicely. So this is already how you just simply and quickly create a pattern. Now you can still double tap on here and take the scale and move the scale up a little bit. So I'm going to take mine to around 230, 238, okay, and still going to now, just with the move tool, move around this pattern layer here. So again, as you guys can see, now we can create some really cool shapes in there as well. I'm going to move mine down a little bit more. Let's see if I can get a unique shape here at the back. Something like that maybe. Yeah, somewhere over here. Something like this. Okay, I'm going to leave it actually there, but I'm still not too happy with the color at the moment. So again, I'm going to just create a few more adjustment layers for the color as well. So let's start playing with that. I'm going to go back to adjustments, and first of all to hue and saturation over here. Let's just make a little bit of space here. And I'm just going to take actually the yellows down a little bit. So let's go to yellows, so the yellow channels. And I'm going to take the hue down to like maybe minus 39, 38, somewhere over there, getting a really nice red touch as well. Okay, so for the next step again, also I'm going to move back here to adjustments and go to selective color. First of all, under the neutral tones here, I'm going to work a little bit with the cyans. So let's have a look here, cyan minus 12. Normally what I also do is take the cyans all the way to the left, all the way to the right, and then I play a little bit with the effect. So I think like a plus, or actually a minus, minus 13, minus 12 looks good already. Then as well, let's play a little bit with the blacks. I'm going to take the blacks down as well, so just lighten that a bit, like a minus 2. Let's take the cyan up again. Okay, as well I'm going to go to the black channels over here, so let's select the blacks, and as well I'm going to just take the blacks here and give that a bit more contrast, like a plus 2. So let's also have a look here for the cyan. Yeah, we're just getting a lot of reds there, like a minus 1, that works as well. Okay, last step, back to adjustments, and again the curves adjustment layer, and I'm just going to make a bit of space here, and literally want to give this a lot of contrast here, but also flatten the blacks a little bit. So just taking the dark areas up, and then right away here creating like a super steep curve here, taking this up again, so we're flattening this really nicely. Okay, like so. I'm also going to make a few more anchor points here. Yeah, and that looks really nice. I can still take the blacks up, but then they will also kind of get, they shimmer through there. I don't really like that effect. So just like so. Yeah, and that looks really nicely actually. So now again, just selecting the last layers over here with Shift again, Command G, and I'm just going to write here again, color change. And that you guys can also be completely creative with this, change it if you want. But the really nice thing now is that you can still move around your pattern shape over here. Yeah, and if you guys want to know more about all the design stuff about Photoshop, I've created another channel again called Tronics Design, where you guys can actually have a look. And in there, I'm just explaining into depth, how to create logos and design stuff for Photoshop. Yeah, so this is basically how you create a simple pattern effect in Photoshop. Guys, it's not too complicated, and the awesome thing is you can still move around your pattern. Yeah, so if you have any questions or any suggestions for future upcoming episodes, let us know in the comment section down below. Then as well, don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you like this episode, share it with all your buddies who are new in Photoshop, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you all on Friday for the new light talk.